sincere thanks in advance to all the speakers for the hard work that they've put in to preparing their expert presentations. I know that the speeches and discussions that you will have today will both be highly informative and thought-provoking and will cover some of the most pressing issues facing our industry today.
The panel of speakers that we have assembled are top-rate and cover a broad spectrum of interests and activities. I would echo Clive's words and offer my sincere thanks for their contributions.
This conference has an important role to play. Has the important role to play in bringing all the various elements of the two sectors together to provide the basis for mutually beneficial cooperation. And that is the reason we are happy to give this event our full support in FTA.
Following the global crisis, new ship finance structures have been developed with improved understanding of how the shipping industry works. And new sources of finance have become available to the industry, including private sector investments and alternative capital providers who are innovative, creative investment structures and are interested in long-term partnership with the shipping industry.
To ensure continued trade and economic growth, it's vital that the shipping industry embrace technology-driven solutions that will continue to push the region forward. We must all commit to further investment in supply chains that will continue to enable free, easy, and unobstructed trade.
The markets have been in a gradual increase due to underlying economic increases in the economy the last few years, but all of the spikes are purely driven by political movements. And I think that these political changes are going to continue for a long time. IMO 2020, which I didn't speak about, but most people did, it still seems that people's opinions that they had a year ago haven't changed, and we're six weeks away from implementation. And the view there, I think either you're pro or you're anti-scrubbers, and people have not really changed their opinions on that, and we'll have to see how it pans out.
In June 2019, just a few months ago, 11 European shipping banks signed up to the Poseidon Principles, and together they hold approximately 400 billion of senior shipping debt. And more importantly, they finance approximately 20% of the world's fleet. That's approximately 70,000 vessels.
The main key point is the awareness now of climate change. Especially in the finance sector, there has been a push towards climate alignment by a number of banks. And this has really come over the last 18 to 24 months since the IMO have announced that they want to see a 50% drop in carbon emissions in 2050.
Shipping needs money, and money needs to find a new asset class all the time. So what Maritime Standard, you and your team at Maritime Standard do very well is you bring the right people together. You are able to meet a lot of banks, a lot of people who are interested or open to business and in talking to you, and that's when you actually get some deals together.
You know, a lot of people that are important players in the local market, but also internationally, that they've taken the plane to come over. A lot of opportunities for socializing, networking as well, but also here interesting topics around the dynamics, both on the region but also on the shipping community altogether.
Smart contracts are nothing but self-executing contracts. So Upon achieving a certain condition, what could happen is that the contracts get automatically executed, and then the flow of the consequences, whether positive or negative for the parties, flow directly without anybody else's intervention or requirement for permission. The concept of trustlessness in the industry is being reduced by technology and lesser number of intermediaries in the market. I think that enables a bit more open system for banks and players both to understand each other, understand the asset classes that they're entering into. That I think will enable a bit more educated sort of financing solution for all in the market.
I think there is a lack of understanding, maybe amongst many of the banks here, about the benefits of shipping. Shipping, as we know, is vitally important to the region. And there is cash in the region, so hopefully it will open up the eyes and the ears of many of the other institutions down here that may be sitting on the sidelines, and hopefully this conference will give them that push to have a closer look at the industry.
Looking into the future, it's anticipated that growth by leasing companies will continue. The same should be said of investment and family offices, which have grown significantly over the last decade, most of which, however, focus primarily on the equity side of the business, which, as we've heard earlier, is very quiet.
Yes, brilliant. We can see most of the crowd still staying back, which is a very assuring thing. It obviously means that interest is up on the subject, and everybody wants to know where the money is.
I think we should see more events of this type, where both parties from the shipping industry and the insurance industry would sit together, meet and have further discussions on how they can improve the frame for work.
It is a difficult market. It's a difficult market geopolitically, without going into that. It's a difficult and challenging market economically, both in shipping and in terms of general business in the UAE at the moment.